Obviously, you know, you look at the game, you know, I thought there's a lot of good things, a lot of things we can clean up. You know, it's a preseason game, really, that counts in the win-loss column, so they all count as one. I was happy with the way our guys finished the game. We talked at halftime just about going out and finishing it. You know, we started fast with a 3 and out and scored on offense, so that's kind of what you want to see out of you know, that's really what should have happened. Now, it doesn't always happen, right? You know, I was happy with the way the guys played. We'll go back and watch the videotape and see exactly, you know, the good and the bad. And there's always plays to be made somewhere that we missed. I thought special teams played at a high level. The return game, you know, obviously that first touchdown, Des Reed, I think that's 2 years in a row, maybe the first punt goes for a touchdown. You know, we had some other good ones too. Kenny Johnson got some work, which we wanted to get Kenny Johnson some really good work back there in case we want to give Des a blow and know that we can count on him. And I think Coach Bernowski did a great job of special teams game plan. So, offensively, I thought, you know, maybe started a little bit slower than we'd like, but overall, you know, executed like we should, you know, and made some plays. You know, made one bad decision throwing the ball, and had one turnover on offense. Didn't get any on defense, but you know, solid game. And then defensively, again, I don't know how many 3 and outs, but a lot of 3 and outs. Give up one big explosive pass, which we can't do. And we'll learn from it and get better. Questions?
Pat, to speak on that, you know, slow start on offense. I guess, was there a moment or anything that happened that kind of got everything going?
Well, I think we had a slow start on defense too. You know, I think, you know, just we gave up, you know, the first play was, you know, maybe an 8 to 10 yard run that popped out on us. We kind of thought it was going to be a bubble. We jumped the bubble, but, you know, it was, you know, probably slow start on offense and defense, but, you know, that happens. I mean, like I said, it's the first time going out live. I think our guys settled down. I think they were jacked up in the locker room before the game. They were ready, maybe too ready. Just, you know, emotions sometimes go too high. You know, you never get too high, never get too low. So I think, you know, again, really both sides. I don't think we started as fast as we'd like to, but you know, at the end of the day, guys made a lot of plays out there today.
Malachi Thomas had a touchdown today. Will we be seeing more of him in the future?
I'm sorry, say it again.
Malachi Thomas had a touchdown today. Will we be seeing him in the future?
Yeah, you'll see a lot of Malachi. He'll be out there a lot. I think he, you know, played a lot before that touchdown. It was a nice play. You know, don't like the finish, didn't like the excessive celebration afterwards at all. We talked about it, and you know, he said it'll never happen again. I said, yeah, you bet it won't happen again. It causes us to kick off from the 20, and they got the ball to plus 50. You know, you do that in the ACC game, we got big problems. So, not happy with that. But you know, Malachi dropped the ball. I mean, he had a, you know, nice, you know, the series before, and I, you know, told him to wipe it off, and I said, you're going to catch a touchdown pass. I think the next series he catches a touchdown pass. So you'll see a lot. You know, Justin Thomas, you know, Justin Holmes. You know, obviously Jake was out there a lot, and Malachi you'll see a lot.
How would you assess?
Eli said he had to shake off a little bit of rust during that first quarter. So I mean, did you see any of that rust leading up to today?
You see rust every day. I mean, nothing's perfect, right, Stephen? But I would say, you know, there's rust every single day. But you know, when it's live, I mean, it's just totally different. I mean, he knows he's going to get hit. Like it's live. It's a, you know, you'll see rust at everybody. Period.
How would you assess his performance overall today?
Who's that?
Eli.
I think Eli had, you know, he ran when he needed to run. He got some tough yards, which was good. I think he had a quarterback run, which is, I think, with power. He bowled through people for 8-10 yards, so it was a nice run. So I like what I saw to him. I like what I saw to Cole as well. Cole came in. I know, you know, he stopped in the red zone. We didn't, you know, get touchdowns, but came out on that third series and put it in the end zone. I thought Eli had a heck of a throw to Blue in the end zone. That corner route, that was a beautiful shot by him. And then we'll continue to get better.
You guys almost completely took away the run game from them. Just how pleased were you with the play, especially in the trenches with your defensive line?
Yeah, we'll look at the tape, but you know, what happened with that first run, right? I mean, you start off and give up a whatever, like 8 to 10 yard run's a big run for us. So I think they, you know, had 30-some yards rushing, which is good. You know, they like to run the ball. I mean, that's their deal. They're going to run the RPOs. They hit us on an RPO. You know, we didn't play great, but you know, overall, you know, happy with what we did in the run game.
Obviously, Dez is a player, like you mentioned, didn't use him a lot in the scrimmages. He kind of knew what you had. I mean, first play of the season, he touches the ball. I mean, is that just what you expected out of him at this point?
Yeah, I mean, Dez is a football player. You know, he gets his, you know, ball. I mean, we can put him back there for kickoff returns too, we just can't wear him out. We need him on offense, and we love him on punt returns, so he's special.
How does it feel to have your
Feels
whole
great.
team? How does it feel to have your whole team come together, especially in the third quarter when they're settling in and playing as a team?
You know, it feels great, obviously. You know, I think Miss Kelly out here, you know, Mason's mom was out there. I think it was special, what we did for her, what she did for us. Our kids, you know, talked about him pregame in the locker room. Maybe that was part of it. You know, our kids, you know, it was emotional pregame just talking about Mason. And then it was emotional at the end and gave Kelly, you know, the game ball as well. She was in the locker room, so it was special.
How do you think Joel's did today?
I liked, you know, kind of what he did. I mean, you watch it again, we'll go back and watch the tape, but he had some good runs in there. He's made some people miss. You know, Joel's a good tailback. He's just gonna continue to get better, you know, with confidence in the game reps and all that. So, it's a good 1-2 punch with Dez, and then he's a little thicker, tougher, tough guy in there. So, we like what he brings us.
Pat, you were able to get in a good chunk of the true freshmen out there. What were your impressions now that you've seen that play on Saturday?
You know, we'll look at the tape, but it was great to see Bryce Yates at the end finish. Good to see him because I think, you know, there was a couple balls, you know, late, those guys came in, you know, and they gotta make plays. And we expect those plays to be made. That ball touches your hands. I don't care if it's a little bit behind you, you gotta make plays on the ball. You know, there were some plays missed out there. But, you know, overall, you know, I don't know if TK got a catch or not, but they'll just continue to get better. They're young, they're babies, and it's good to see Bryce Yates get on the board. That'll help his confidence as we move forward.
Outside of the long touchdown run from Dez, do you feel like your team established enough of a steady ground game?
You know, I think we established enough of what, you know, they're gonna give up, right? Whether it's a run game, pass game, I don't care what it is. You just put points on the board. You know, in that first series, would you like them to run a little bit better? Yeah, we'll see what they did, what we did, but they were playing a little to cover two and cancel the inside gaps, and then we just started, then we, you know, got the ball on the edge.
What did you make of how Blue Hicks played today, especially that touchdown catch?
Say it again now?
What did you make of how Blue Hicks played today, especially that touchdown catch?
I like Blue. I mean, we didn't get any chances to, you know, just get the ball in his hands. Again, every defense is a little bit different, but we didn't get the ball in his hands to make some plays. And, I thought he played well. I don't know how many catches Blue had, but you know, he had looks like 4 catches, 55 yards. But you know, he had 2 touchdown passes. So you know, Blue's a football player for us. We're excited about him, and he can make plays with his legs. You know, short passes, which we'll see later on in the boat.
What'd you see from Trey, just his first day as a kicker with the lights on?
What'd you think? I mean, you know, he probably had a low one on that extra point that got blocked. But I thought he was outstanding. It was really good to get those field goals in at the end, to be honest with you, just to get him feeling it. But he's for a true freshman, I was very, very impressed.
Good.